Welcome, everyone, to famed Sanford Stadium. Dogs and 90,000 of their closest friends. This is not your normal matchup. A battle of top 5 teams. 2 forces colliding here near the end of the season. Cannot wait for this one. Big playoff implications. As we'll see the number 10 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the second-ranked team, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here in the booth by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, let's get to the action on the field. Alabama will kick it off to get us underway. Looks like the returner will try and field this one. Will be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense comes on the field first today. And this quarterback, of course, Kirk, he's the guy that stirs the drink for this team.
Talk about the total package. He runs it, produces it, directs it, acts out all the scenes. He's the whole package. I love a quarterback who understands the ins and outs of a football game. This kid plays like he wrote the manual.
Here's a wide-open receiver, complete. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
Really good route here by the receiver, but I love the quarterback's ability to look off that safety and make that throw. And that's part of the quarterback's job here when you play in Athens for this Georgia offense. They've had some great quarterbacks over the years. Guys like Matthew Stafford and Aaron Murray and more.
You cannot escape the defense with a sack.
Oh, another great play by an Alabama defensive lineman. And you just think about over the years, probably the last 30 years, going all the way back to John Copeland on that 1992 Alabama defense. Most recently, guys like Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, Quentin Williams. Can always count on Bama having great defensive linemen and difference makers.
And he finds a wide-open receiver. They forgot about him downfield. They bring him down, but the veteran quarterback shows off that trademark arm strength. Georgia setting up with a 1st and 10 now. Off the play fake, looking to throw. It's an out route, the catch made, but he's hammered by the linebacker. What a hit.
Well, this is why running the football is so important. You run the ball, and then you go play action. It affects the eyes of the safeties and the linebackers and frees up some space for the tight end to be able to pick up a nice gain.
Short connection to the tight end here. And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
Well, this is called settling down in his own defense, just kind of finding that soft spot. So not only does this tight end show that he's got great athletic ability and great size, here he shows that he understands coverage by sitting down in that hole, giving the quarterback a nice target, able to pick up that first down.
Bringing pressure. Cannot escape, and down he goes.
Loss of 7 yards on the play.
We'll see if the offense can overcome that sack. 2nd and long. And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. And the pass rush has got him again. Back-to-back sacks.
No, that's the one thing about a guy that always feels that he can rely on his legs. He's always trying to make a play. And this time, he just wasn't able to get away from the defense, and that is a big loss for the offense.
7th play now, the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. And the quarterback drops back, looking for an open man. Will fire it over the middle, had a lot of time in the pocket. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Dogs will send the punt team onto the field. And the punt heads out of bounds, taking the dangerous returner out of play here. So Alabama's offense takes the field. Our first chance to see them today. There's one guy on this defensive side, Kirk, who can be a game wrecker. It's this elite pass rusher. Very much on the quarterback's mindset.
Yeah, Chris, but it's going to be very tough. This quarterback does a nice job of moving around in the pocket, and also he's going to have an awareness of exactly where this guy is and have a clock in his mind about how quickly that ball needs to get out. With the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Receiver makes the grab. Well executed. He finds space and gets the first down yardage. Just underway, and this home crowd is fired up and ready to make a difference today. And it's incomplete even in a first down throw. He was under some heavy pressure.
Man, you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
So second down after the incompletion. Runner takes the toss and moves to his right. Looks like a man is down in the field after the last play, so we'll take a timeout. Offense looking to keep the drive alive. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a fourth down.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here. Third and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes is just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this fourth and short.
First down here for this offense. On the shotgun, it's a handoff. A gain of 2 yards. Now it's second down and 8.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at second and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
The junior able to bring him down quickly. Third down after that running play. And he'll set up to throw. There's no one to throw to there on third down. And now it's a fourth down coming up.
Man, the quarterback here just threw this football away on third and short. Starting to wonder about this running game right now. If on third and short you decide to throw for it. Let's see what they do here on fourth down.
And the returner brought down by that coverage team. Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. Last time they were forced to punt it away. Can they get points out of this possession? Out of the shotgun, he'll hand it off. Solid gain, moves the ball to the 37.
Hat on a hat up front. Good job of opening up the holes. Anytime you can get positive yards on first down, that's a win.
He's running out of time here. He's got the first down and more.
This is why I love the quarterbacks that can make things happen. Here you have an opportunity to try to create. Nothing's there. Play breaks down. Instead of just throwing it away, he sits back, sees nothing downfield, decides to be able to pick up the first down by himself. Impressive run to pick up the first, keep this drive moving.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Quarterback drops back. We're going to test the secondary. Looking right. This one caught. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of the first down. Third down play, looking for a fresh set of downs. They'll try to run for the first down. Tackled, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, They have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. It makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
They bring him down, but he was fast enough to get that first down yardage.
The receiver does all the work here. Man, that is easy living for this quarterback. Really good footwork by the receiver, gets the separation, and at that point, it's just pitch and catch for the quarterback.
They tackle him, but a solid gain down to around the 5-yard line.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
They tackle him behind the line, a loss of 4.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense. So, Kirk, we reached the end of one. So far, a defensive stalemate here in the early stats illustrating the story. Getting set here now for the second period. Both offenses looking for some efficiency, for a spark after that opening quarter. Crucial play here to begin the quarter as the offense sets up with a 2nd and goal. Trying for the end zone, running it right up the gut. And they're able to get him down. It's a nice play by this defense, and now you're thinking about 3rd down and goal from around the 5-yard line. You got a real shot to come up with a stop here, whether they run it or throw it. You get a stop here, and maybe you hold them to 3 points. On 3rd and goal, he's going to try to throw for it. Trying to run it in, the defense stops him close to the goal line, but not in. Oh, my gosh, Chris, I thought he was going to be able to find a way to get to the end zone. He is such a threat when he takes off. He pulls that ball down and tries to get to the end zone on these scrambles, but the defense just keeps him out of the goal line. Go for it doesn't pan out. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. How about that defensive front and the linebackers collapsing down on the football? You would think that the quarterback sneak is a safe call, an easy call to get the yards that you need, but not with that push by that defensive line. Second down after that run on the previous play. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. Breaks loose at the 15. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. Well, the big fella's Kirk flowing to the right there. The defense just has no answer. It's a huge gain. Yeah, and what a patience there by the running back, just allowing those blocks to be set up there off to the right, and then once he saw the crease in the defense, accelerates through that hole to show you what kind of speed he has for a big gain and a first down. Quarterback looks downfield and make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards. Caught near the sticks. It's Garrett. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down. And the Bulldogs pick up enough yardage for a fresh set of downs. Handoff from the shotgun. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Well, they don't block the defensive end and shows some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time. Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete... Also, he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well. Looks to the left, and it's complete. Defense makes the stop very close to a first down. One thing we know for sure, I don't know as a play caller, you can make that call without a quarterback who can throw it with a big arm. He put that on a rope. In the 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it.
And he went backwards after the catch. That'll set up a 4th down now.
Yeah, Chris, not an ideal play here when you throw the football and you go the wrong direction. I think we got to look at the playbook here to see how we can try to make those yards up.
The coverage team makes the stop on this return. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. Pass possession there. Down, but it didn't cost him anything, and they put together something here. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Stop after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
So the offense getting set. This is not where you want to be against this defense. 3rd and long. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. Oh, he misfires again. 3 in a row.
Whoa, you talk about a big hit there. I think this guy holds on to this football at a critical 3rd down if this linebacker doesn't lower the blow. Great timing on that hit to prevent the PI call and to get this team to 4th down.
And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. They were forced to punt it away last time, so let's see if they can get clicking in this possession. Receiver in motion now. They start the drive with a quick throw to the right side. Defense shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there. 2nd down after that run on the previous play. Off play action. He's looking to throw. Lets it go quickly. It's picked off. He tried to fire the ball into a tight window. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Boy, just a drive killer right there, Chris. And he didn't seem to throw that ball with much confidence. Just put it up for grabs, and the defense comes down with it.
Big guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. He hands it off from the gun. They stop him after a 6-yard gain. So 2nd and 4.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on 1st down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think they're going to run, maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. Quarterback hands this off and just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
Brought down to the 47, and that will move the sticks.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on 3rd down, get him the ball.
Incomplete. 2nd down coming up. But the gain is just 1 yard. Sets up a 3rd and 9 now. The clock has stopped. We've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. They come to the line, a long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. That's caught. It's Mancuso. The reception gets about 7 yards, but fourth down coming up here.
Really tight coverage here by this defense. Now, they give up the pass underneath, but do a nice job of rallying to the football to keep him short of that first down marker. And now we've got a decision here on fourth down.
Needs a completion here on fourth down. This will go incomplete and a turnover on downs.
Oh, my gosh, a drop pass here on this fourth down play. Everything was perfect. The execution is there. The route is nice. The ball is on the money. All he has to do is catch it, and it's a first down, and he drops it. This one could come back to haunt.
The offense will take their first time out of the half to talk strategy here. Second down play coming up for this offense. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Oh, the pass is picked off. Big takeaway. Now looking for a big return. And he steps out of bounds after the great pick. Solid return to set up his offense.
How about the big fella coming up with the interception? You don't see that very often.
So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. First down. Looking to throw the football. And he'll loft it to the end zone. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. Great play to
do a better job here of reading the coverage. He was determined to get that ball thrown to this receiver, but they played double coverage. He still tries to throw it, and he almost threw an interception.
And they've got him at the 5. Great run to set up scoring position here.
Man, it is fun to watch this guy get out in the open field. I didn't realize he could run like this. That's a big game for this offense.
And that's a solid gain before the defense able to bring him down.
A pretty good push up front here by this offense line to get some positive yards here. You wonder if they're going to be able to run it in, or they're going to have to spread this defense out and try to find a one-on-one matchup to put the ball through the air for the touchdown.
We'll see if the offense can punch it in on second and goal. And the back now goes in motion. To give it to the big fullback here. He powers into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama.
Ah, the hammer. Second down and goal. Who better than the big fullback to get behind that big bruising offensive line? Old school touchdown for this offense.
And they get set now to try the PAT. And the PAT makes it 7-0 to open scoring. So after the touchdown, here's the kickoff, and we'll see if the opposing offense has time to answer before halftime. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. And the Bulldogs offense is back out on the field. Let's see what they do here in the final minute of the half. Try to get aggressive and cut into this lead, or play it safe. Quick throw to his receiver. Looks downfield and finds a receiver who worked his way wide open. An explosive play, big gain across midfield to the 42. The timeout is called to talk strategy. Close game here as we approach halftime. This offense has gotten going at long last. It's another 1st and 10. Here's the snap, looking to throw here. Finds that big tight end for a short pass. But a huge collision. Blow delivered there by the linebacker.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Short completion there. Second down coming up. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Fires it to the wideout. And he's got his man open downfield. So a timeout is called. Just a few seconds left here in the first half. So on first down, the field goal unit will come out there trying to get 3 points before the half. So a timeout is called to talk strategy. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays before halftime. Coach elects to try for 3 points and sends out the field goal unit. Knocks that one right down the middle. But there is a flag down, so we'll have to check and see what that's about. The defensive penalty is declined. Offense very happy to take the result of that play. So here's the kickoff now. Offense settling for 3, tacking on a little bit of momentum before the halftime break. Return begins inside the 10. The coverage team brings it down at the 26. Time running down, just 1 play left here in the half. Here comes a first down pass attempt. And the pass ball is incomplete in the final play of this first half. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update.
Thanks, Ben. The end of a very entertaining first 2 quarters of football in Athens. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And on that note, time to throw it back to our guys at the stadium.
All right, Kevin, thank you. We appreciate the breakdown. The Dogs will kick this away to start the second half. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. He'll be tackled at the 17. Strong job by the coverage team. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? They get the second half started with the running play. He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from it.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on 2nd and inches.
Looks like Alabama will have the first down.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
That completion sets up a second down play. From the shotgun, drops back. And the receiver snags it. It's complete. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. From the shotgun, handoff inside. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that first down.
Catch made, a lot of space now. It's a big gain across midfield down inside the 35.
You know, plays like this are what Alabama offense is all about. They run the football, and then they're efficient within their passing game. Think about it. They won a couple national championships with Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron by just being efficient and playing smart at the position and being a great comp.
The ball is picked off. Going the other way. Can they stop him? Inside the 10. Going to take it all the way in. Pick 6. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Boy, what a job by the defensive coordinator and the execution of this defense. Everybody's covered downfield, nowhere for the quarterback to go, and they get pressure on him. The ball's in the air, and a great awareness to be able to come down with the interception and take it all the way to the house.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT puts them up 3. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. Fields it just outside the goal line. Tackled at the 22. Good job by the coverage team. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. They moved the ball in the last possession, but a devastating end of the drive. A pick out for the first play of the drive, beginning at the 22. Picks up 3 yards, so 2nd and 7.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
A tough situation with the offense. 3rd and long from their 25. Let's see if the defense brings some heat here. Caught over the middle. It's Mancuso. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground. A new set of downs after that completion. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Here's a shot toward the right sideline. And the pass is dropped incomplete. Would have had a huge gain. Took his eye off the ball. Second down play coming up. A pop pass on the jet sweep. And the defense grabs him after the completion. He's just short of a first down. That run sets up an important 3rd down call for this offense. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Just trying to get rid of it. Throws the ball away, but not before taking a hit.
Oof, the risk of throwing on 3rd and short. Lots of second guessing going over on that sideline about that play call. You got to wonder if they're going to go for it anyway on 4th down, but what will be the play call?
The offense stays on the field. The coach is going to go for it on 4th and 2 in his own territory. Looking to throw it again. Makes the catch, and that is enough for a first down. They've got him, but they convert on 4th down, and the drive keeps going. Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 now. That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Off the play fake on 1st down. Launching it. Catch made down the left side, an explosive play. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down. Alabama has now moved into the red zone. And they'll run it out of the shotgun. The gain is 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8.
Second down.
The pre-snap motion from the offense. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. The pass rush closing in. And the sophomore's got him for a sack.
Well, if you're going to be able to play in the SEC and be a dominant team, you have to have defensive linemen like this right here. We've seen that from Georgia over the years. They've been incredibly blessed to have defensive linemen that can hold up against the run, also have the ability to do this right here, which is pressure the quarterback and come up with those sacks.
The coach chooses to go for a field goal attempt here. And he knocks it right through the uprights. And that will tie the game here.
Oh, Chris, it's a nice kick here to polish off that drive with at least 3 points up on the board.
So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the Georgia offense is back out on the field. After a field goal the last time out, we'll see what they can get here. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. And he just throws the ball away there. Nobody open. Excellent coverage. Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Scrambling around now, looking downfield. Stop right near midfield. It'll be a first down.
Just a really good ball here to be able to pick up this first down for the Georgia offense. And, you know, being able to have a balanced attack, so important in modern college football, and Georgia does that as well as anybody.
On first down, it's play action. Trying to create here on the move. And he throws his third interception of the day.
Boy, Chris, he hesitated just enough to give the defense a chance to get in position and come up with a big turnover.
Here comes the Alabama offense onto the field. They settled for 3 last time. Let's see what they can come up with this drive. On first and 10, looking to throw. Cannot escape that ferocious pass rush. It's a sack.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. And they bring him down. That's a very solid gain, but still well short of the mark.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
So the ball at midfield, and now the offense facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Pass hauled in inside the 15. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they go in front here in the second half.
Boy, we see more and more of this in college football. If you get the right guy in that slot that can win the one-on-one matchups, you take some chances. Here they got the matchup that they wanted and hit it for the touchdown.
Here's the point after attempt. And after the extra point, it's a 17-10 lead. Now they get set to kick it away. So no return here. He takes a knee in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Offense will keep it on the ground here. Watch the spin move. Brought down, but not before shaking off the first defender and picking up the first down. And as we take a break to flip ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the current national rankings. Let's see if this sets up as a classic finish. So here we go. First play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. Oh, and he goes down after a short game. That's not enough for the first down.
Well, we just continue to see this defense make great plays, especially with their tackling. And the awareness to understand we're in the 4th quarter, you're trying to keep this offense in bounds so they keep that clock moving.
That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. Fires it to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. All the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia.
Well, everybody wants to talk about the quarterback and the receiver after a touchdown like that. Instead, you know where I'm going, Chris. The offensive line. My gosh, how long did he have back there? 4, maybe 5 seconds to be able to read the defense and then find his receiver for the touchdown.
Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. Fields it inside the 5-yard line. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. And a short pitch and catch to the tight end. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
You set it down to the offense. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, looking to throw. And he lofts one deep over the middle. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
I mean, I get trying to get the football to this receiver. He's one of the most talented guys in the country. But with 2 guys bracketing him, I don't know why you would make that throw. Should have been intercepted.
Off the RPO, caught to the right. Breaking free at midfield. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. This Alabama offense is moving quickly down the field. They call the draw play here. And that run produces a decent gain.
The draw is a good way to keep the defensive line in check and use their aggressiveness against them. It can be real effective, even in passing situations, if you mix it in correctly.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. He's moving out of the pocket. Oh, a sack. The senior on this defense making a big play.
Good pressure here by this defense, but it felt like the quarterback held on to the ball a little bit too long to come up with that sack for the D.
Now it's 3rd and long for this offense. Football right at midfield. Quarterback drops back, and he lofts it toward the left sideline. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a 4th down. And here comes the punter onto the field. Not the way he wanted to kick it. No fair catch. He feels the punt. And the returner brought down by the coverage team there. And the powerful Georgia offense is back out on the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Lets it fly to the wideout. Finds the receiver wide open. That's a big gain. Finally brought down near the 37. This line getting set up. It's a 1st down play. Handoff here from the shotgun. In the clear at the 25. He'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
You know, all week the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
From inside the red zone, they're looking to throw. Pass caught. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion. Made the catch, but he was surrounded for not much room to run.
They did a really good job that time of leveraging him out in space. I thought he might have a chance to be able to shake loose because he is so...
And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. Couldn't find anybody open and just has to throw it away.
Man, if I'm this offense, Chris, I stay aggressive. I know they didn't connect there, but keep testing this defense. Keep challenging, because if you do connect on that one, it could be a game-breaking play.
They stop him after a 4-yard gain, and it brings up a 4th down. Coach electing to go for a field goal attempt. And that kick right down the middle. Can't hit it any better than that. And they've reclaimed the lead with that. Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. So here comes the Alabama offense back onto the field. Last drive stalled. They forced to punt it away. Let's see what they can come up with this time. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. He moves the ball across the 20 to the 22. Getting set. Here's second down. They'll run it from the gun. And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage.
Well, it's a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
And looking to throw now on first down. He's moving out of the pocket now. It's complete. What a grab near the sideline. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Hey, positive yards here. Fourth quarter trailing really close to the 2-minute mark here. But I love the fact he's able to get out of bounds, preserve that clock. Let's see if they can take some shots downfield to get points on the board.
Oh, downfield catch made on the left side. Tackle made, but it's a huge gain all the way to the 33-yard line. Alabama getting set with a 1st and 10 coming up. There's the snap. They'll set up to throw. Looking for his big tight end. He pulls it in for a big gain. And they've got him, but there's also a flag on the play.
Holding. Offense.
Costly hold. Nullifies the play. Backs him up 10 yards. First down here for this offense. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun, looking for a receiver. He escapes the sack, and he'll just get rid of it.
Man, the defense took everything away from him. What do you expect him to do? He can't force the ball into traffic and potentially throw the interception. Does a good job of getting out of the pocket, away from the pressure, and just throw the ball away. See what happens on this next down.
And this time it's complete. And they bring him down after a solid gain, but it's still well short of the first down marker.
Well, the offense has done a nice job of moving themselves down in this area to give themselves a chance. Man, the quarterback's got to continue to make good decisions and not put the ball in harm's way.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Looks to his left and makes the completion. Defense stops him short of the marker, so now it's fourth down.
I mean, why not, Chris? Keep going through him. This receiver has been giving this defense fits all game long, and that time, it's another huge game. If they can't stop him, just keep throwing it to him.
Here we are late in a one-score game, and they're going to go for it on fourth down. The pocket breaking down. No, he didn't make it. They stopped him short on fourth down. The defense rising up here late in this football game to protect this lead. What a play. The Dogs expect to be able to run the clock out here in the final minute for the W. And you'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. Now it's second down here. They'll hand it off. Powering through. It's a nice wrap up there by the junior. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. So it's third and long from the 29. Will the defense play coverage or blitz? Quarterback keeps the football. Has the first down and more. Makes the first down, but pays a price. Big hit there at the end. So this one is tucked away. Time for victory formation. Ball is snapped, and the quarterback will just take a knee. Well, it was an entertaining game, Kirk. We enjoyed calling it, but it's got to sting to fall short at the end.
Well, sometimes you're going to suffer losses like this, and you're just going to have to pick up your head and move on. It's the coach's job to try to get this team ready to play the next time they go out.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.